Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about page 6, 7, and 8 of your ESRT page 2, 3, 8, and 9 practice worksheet. So let's start with question number 6 on that worksheet. This says the photograph below shows a New York State fossil, Eurypterus ramipus. Eurypterus fossils are most likely to be found in surface bedrock near. The correct answer is D, Niagara Falls. So here's how you do it. Then, when you see the word bedrock, you should immediately think about going to page 3 of your reference table. When you see the word fossil, you should immediately think about going to page 8 and 9 of your reference table because that's what we've been working on so far. Page 8 and 9, we've been working with fossils there. And bedrock is found in page 3 of your reference table. And notice that your answer choices are also from page 3 of your reference table. These are parts of New York, different locations in New York, and page 3 of your reference table has those locations. So let's start with fossils, right? So fossils can be found, they're giving us fossils. So let's start with page 8 and 9. And from page 8 and 9, we can figure out which time period that fossil came from. And if we find out which time period that fossil came from, I can figure out from page 3 which bedrock that is or where that bedrock is located on my map on the New York state map on page 3. Okay, so page 8 and 9 is over here. Look at it side by side, page 8 and 9, and you'll see the Eurypterus fossil is letter M. And letter M is right here. Letter M matches the Silurian period. So the Eurypterus fossil existed in the Silurian period. Now that we know the period, we should go to page 3 of your reference table to figure out where the bedrock is located in New York. So the Silurian bedrock in New York has this pattern, and this pattern is this entire area. So any location of New York in this area should be the answer, but let's look at our option choices. Based on our option choices, the correct answer should be Niagara Falls because Niagara Falls is in the Silurian time period bedrock area in New York State. Okay, let's try question number 7. The diagram below represents the placoderm fish Bathriolepis, an index fossil found in New York State. The surface bedrock at which location is most likely to contain this fossil? The correct answer is A, Ithaca. So once again, I see the word fossil, so I know I have to go to page 8 and 9. I see the word bedrock, so I should go to page 3. And I see the names of the different locations in New York as well, so I definitely should go to page 3 of the reference table. Let's start with the fossil. I'm given the fossil Bathriolepis. I can figure out based on page 8 and 9 which time period that fossil came from. And if I know which time period that fossil came from, I can figure out from page 3 of my reference table where in New York State I can find bedrock from that time period. Okay, so page 8 and 9, this fossil right here is the Bathriolepis, which is letter R. Letter R is right here, and letter R is from the Devonian period. So this fossil came from the Devonian period. So to figure out where in New York we have that Devonian bedrock, we can go to page 3 of the reference table. Here's Devonian bedrock. This is the pattern, it's a dotted pattern, and this pattern is this entire area in New York. So that's why out of all my options, the correct answer is Ithaca because Ithaca is on the part of New York State that has Devonian bedrock. So go ahead and pause this video to try question 8. Once you're done with question 8, you can unpause to check your answer. Okay, so question 8. Which index fossil may be found in the surface bedrock near Ithaca, New York? The correct answer is Bathriolepis. So we just did this in reverse. This time we're given the fossil, or we see the word fossil, and we see the word bedrock, and we see a location in New York. That means we should definitely go based on the fossil. We should go on page 8 and 9, and since we see bedrock and a location in New York, we should go to page 3. And if we go to page 8, since we're trying to figure out what fossil this is, and we're given the location of the New York, and it says bedrock, we should start with page 3 this time, and then go to page 8 and 9 to figure out which fossil. So Ithaca, New York. Let's see what age the bedrock is from, or what time period the bedrock is from in Ithaca, New York. And then if we find that time period, we can go to page 8 and 9 and see which fossils of these fossils existed within that time period. So Ithaca is right here, and Ithaca, New York is from the Devonian time period based on the matching patterns. Now that we know it's from the Devonian time period, I can go to page 8 and 9. Here's the Devonian time period, and these are all the index fossils that existed within that time period. And I see, based on all of my options, these are my options, right? Based on all these options, sorry, based on all these options, the correct answer is R, Batryllepis, right here. And that's it for this video.